Sky Temple, our first map. Yes, we are in the winner bracket. Okay, the round of 8 in the winner bracket here at the Rive Cup. 2,000 euros are on the line. And today we're starting with some of the pretty top-notch games, honestly. We have 4 games in total today, and all of them feature some of the top teams that we have in the European scene currently. So right now we have a 30k, and they are playing against the Russian-Ukrainian team, against ArthasStroitHram, which apparently means Arthas builds a temple. And Arthas has been building that temple for a long time. That team was around back in the days, and I think it was the beta of Heroes of the Storm, or right after release. And of course it was kind of revived now by Stork, who's the captain for the team. We got Sonya banned on our first map here on Sky Temple. And as far as Heroes of the Storm tournaments go, this one has been pretty big so far already. They had a lot of good games, we had a lot of teams sign up for this, and a lot of back and forth action, but this is where we're getting into the top battles for sure. And now honestly I can't wait for the next one. I mean, this one is already solid, but the next one should be even better given the caliber of teams that we have here. Now Sonya and Abath have been banned out. Medivh, there was no doubt that he would also get banned in the first rotation. Cassia is the first pick for Morenas. And over on the blue team side, let's see what they can do. Now, in case that you guys don't remember, or in case that you haven't watched this, when it comes to the Masters Clash, the 30k, they qualified in the first qualifier. So you can make a bit of an argument that right now they are maybe even the strongest team in the European Heroes of the Storm scene. Now that was a couple of weeks ago, and ever since then they didn't really have to prove themselves again, because they could just sit back and watch all of the qualifiers. Since they qualified directly, they have to prove themselves now in the Rive Cup once more, and we'll see if they can pull that one off. So we got Brightwing and we got Diva first of all, as we are sitting here on Sky Temple. And Team Arthas, I mean, again, blue team is the favorite, but Team Arthas, they're quite an aggressive team. They are also a team that does not shy away from a lot of team fights, and something throws a curveball to the opponent. We got our Uther at the front line. We got together with that also Lucio. So again, this double support style, we're using Uther as one of the frontliners, usually the main tank. He has a lot of sustain there, has the survivability, has the stun that he brings to the table. And thanks to the second support, you have a lot of sustainability in team fights just in general, and can really help the team out, support a damage dealer, for example. So with that said, our next ban coming through, and Hogger gets banned first of all. Sky Temple kicking us off here. And that of course means that you're again potentially looking at even more globals being picked. So far it's only been Brightwing that they locked in. So let's have a bit of a quick look of what else we're going to get here. I mean, when it comes to bans, you could still ban some of the damage dealers out. We still have Masquerade also on the other side. Probably one of the best tanks that we have in the European scene right now. He's been absolutely beasting it in every single tournament that he participated in. And especially his Diablo, when played, can be absolutely brutal. The guy is just going to knock you in the wall 6 days to Sunday until you don't know anymore where's up and down. So with that, I don't really think that Diablo is necessarily the hero that we're going to see on this particular map, but I wouldn't be surprised for him to lock it in at some point during the series. So Dainu, looking for the damage of course, as Cassia has already been picked away. We've seen in the past with a lot of Zeratul plays, Tracer plays, just generally anything that does damage and is quick on its feet is usually a pick for him. As the fall stat, and that gives us also another global. Okay. Also, Johanna is in as our main tank, which leaves us with only Ultralisk, who still needs a hero. He's of course the one that oftentimes chips in a hero like even Kerrigan at times, has played his Maiev a lot to an extent where she even gets banned out. And on the other side of the map now for Sky Temple, let's see what we're going to get from Stork. Traditionally the main tank, but he's been playing with Team Arthas in the side lane position most of the time. And we see him on Blaze, and we get Zeratul. Alright, Blaze, Uther at the front line, we got Cassia for the damage, Zeratul in addition to that. And off we go with the last and final pick in game number 1 of our Heroes of the Storm series here at the tournament. Sky Temple kicking us off, and here she is. Maiev, as mentioned. Good pick for Ultralisk. Let's go. Game number 1, everybody. 30k against Team Arthas. 30k against Team Arthas, and things are kicking off with Dino on Falstead. Our Heroes of the Storm series heading into game number 1. We got X-Ray on Brightwing, Ultralisk on Maiev, Masquerade is playing Johanna, and Quasar is playing Diva. On the right side of the map, we currently got Stork on Blaze, Bishops on Zeratul, Denado on Uther, Morenas on Cassia, and Skilla is playing Lucio in our first game. Also, for Zeratul immediately with the Shadow Hunter, so we're going to get the normal build for the European style. We had a couple of approaches lately where teams went also into Void Prison again, but it rarely happens, usually only for one-bow combos, or, in one case, against a backdoor style that was executed by a team that was trying to use the Morales strategy to get that set up. For now, just a little bit about the vision here, nothing too crazy, auto-attack style once again, so right now we're seeing Dino coming in with the Seasoned Marksman, trying to get the stacks together, and they're already looking for kill number 1, but Dinado is able to move out. The stacking also continues for Cassia herself, who goes into the Lightning Fury build. As I already mentioned, it's going to be the Might of the Nerazim for Zeratul, so that mobility in the late game could be a problem for Dino. And I'm a little bit wondering if he makes adjustments, because normally when you're playing that particular style on this map, you're going into your auto-attack build, you're going into the level 7 Boomerang, but given that he's up against Zeratul, there's an argument to be made that he is going to switch it up and go straight for a Lightning Rod variation on level 4 and level 7 in the attempt to be a bit safer against the Zeratul engage. The problem with that is that he gives up on some of the side lane pressure that he wants to have on a big map like this, playing the global and also stacking his level 1, but we'll see if he makes the adjustment. If you're going up against Zeratul or against Genji, any hero that can jump you in the back line as Falstead, you're oftentimes a bit more worried about staying safe enough and trying to get that extra shield out, so it's definitely an adjustment that he might make here. Maiev is also going to be another linchpin that we're going to see. At the bottom of the map, we're currently having the setup where they're trying to make their play for the first structural... I mean, the first tower is down. I'm a little bit surprised that nobody's reacting to this. Somebody has to move in and deal with it. Dino, by the way, making no adjustments so far. Sticking it out with the lane sustain here with the hammer gains. They're still making the attempt to kill Cassia. Can't get her, but the gate has fallen. If they get out without losing a single hero, that would be a pretty big win for them. The camps at the top have already collapsed, but both of them haven't really been able to do anything here. That's actually not quite true. I mean, they both are colliding right now, but they haven't been taken out just yet. So they're still fighting around it, but with one hero from each team sitting at the side, we're not going to see a big impact on them. But structurally speaking, definitely now a lead for the blue team. Now that's going to come into play mainly around objective number 2 when the temple spawns at the bottom of the map. A little bit of anchoring here on the side, making sure that you got vision so that you know if anybody is moving in trying to steal the camp away, which isn't really the case here. But up at the top, they're starting to move in for even more structural damage. And I gotta say, 30k, they are the ones that are dictating the pace here. They've done severe damage now to these structures, and as we all know, on Sky Temple, this is the most important thing. The objective attacks structures directly, so the more you are able to take out by early on attacks, the more impactful those temples will be, and that's exactly what they're now hoping for. And in the middle, we got Jojo moving out with the trade. A couple of shots already locked in by Ultralis, so good for him. He's going to move back pretty soon, but, well, actually, they're going to fight for this a little bit and try and lock in a couple more, since nobody's contesting the top. So Ultralis is moving out. Top side seems like they're giving this up more or less completely. The bottom attempt to get some Siege Giant value out from Team Arthas has so far been thwarted as Dino moved in and took that. And he can still get the extra experience for them without any problem at all. Can also lock the level 7 in for them, and that's an extra talent. Immediately Boomerang gets picked up, standard build for him, as he should. And now the option to fly in whenever he wants to participate in the team fight. The top shots have already been taken, and that fort has nearly been destroyed. If they move in for it, they're definitely going to get it. And they get even more shots in the middle. Great opening for 30k. That level 7 lead was worth a lot. Now the body blocks, and Uther is down. Nice. Very, very nice. So with that, Dino is also in trouble, is able to make it out, gets the shield, barrel rolls away. Brightwing trying to fly in. They get the kill against Zeratul. That was the biggest threat for Falstead. That's 2 kills to 1 now in favor of 30k. And here comes the play for Cassia. They're trying to get another kill secured, but they can't quite make it work. The shots, on the other hand, they are still taken by 30k. Well done. Yeah, nice pressure in the early game. Good structural damage. And up at the top, we're now seeing the push straight for the fort as already expected. So this one is going to fall. And at the bottom of the map, the next camp is going to be taken out too. As the stacking process go, we got 13 for Falstad, we got our 25 for Cassia, so not too bad on her end. Denado's a little bit out here and is trying to disturb them, maybe even take the camp, but he can't. Has barely managed to survive with the help of Lucio and his own heal, of course. Brightwing has now taken over. The global sitting at the top. The next temple is going to spawn at the bottom of the map, as you can imagine. And Bishops is still roaming the map, looking for, first of all, clearing a couple of the waves, but also hoping that he can get some extra damage in. Now, for the time being, 8 stacks for Zeratul. He needs to complete this level 1 so that he has more mobility. And gets also the cooldown reduction here. Level 10, soon in. They're trying to both escape at the bottom. Nice tether and a bit of a pull into tower range. It gets some damage, but it's not enough. And here come the heroic abilities now. Even more aggression in the middle as they're trying to go for Stalk. The body blocking is solid, but there's not enough damage around to seriously threaten her. And Falstad has taken over the top. So he's in a really good spot, getting first of all more stacks for his level 1. And then second of all, also making a play. Well, moving out. Okay, flying back down. Uther has already fallen. Dino is helping with the camp. And they're able to steal the Siege Giants. Very solid plays right at the beginning of the game, and thanks to the kills that they just got, they're now making a play for the boss too. I gotta say, 30k, we haven't seen them since the first Masters Clash qualifier, but they are making strong decisions here, a bit taking of a risk as well, of course, but Uther's not going to be back for a while. Here's the level 10s though, as they're making their play. It's a 4 versus 5, but D.Va goes down. They still take the boss in time, and they might get the kill against Stork, and they do. Stalk is down. Zeratul jumping in, trying to make a bit of a play too, and this is looking really, really good here. Getting another kill against Lucio, even following up with some potential ones against Zeratul. Maiev pays with a life foot. The spray game is on point as well. Nicely done. Yeah, that's actually quite solid. For now, we got down here the boss still making the play for the next temple. And sorry, for the next fort, and the temple is also taken at the same time. Here we go. And that means even more pressure against the structures. So I gotta say, 30k, looking good here. Looking really good in game number 1. The choice to go for boss was definitely a bit of a risky one, but given the fact that Uther died and had to walk all the way back towards the middle of the map, helped them to force the 4 versus 5 fight here. 42 stacks by now on the side of Cassia. So she's getting some good damage in too. Has actually the top damage in the game by 40, but there it is. And now with all the outer structures already eliminated, pretty much the outer ring of defense has been completely obliterated from the red team side. So 1 level lead, 6 kills to 2. We are 8 minutes into the game. And in order to bring this back, Team Arthas needs a few more kills. They are trying to find them up at the top. The gust gets used early. Well done. Could have been a problem for Johanna if not for the gust. So well placed. Now, we still got, of course, a lot of experience on the lanes that they have to catch here. So they will get the level 13. They should come just in time so that they can fight on even footing for the next objective. But right now, we got the Giant Killer in on level 13 for Falstad, the 24 stacks for the bird. That's going to give them also some serious single target damage, especially of course against Blaze and Uther, but also in addition to that, Zeratul of course. So that's another one. Same time, we got our move through the bottom as the blue team, as the red team is actually starting to roam more as a 5-man than anything else. And as the game continues, these two globals at the top are going to become more and more of a problem. If you have Falstad and Brightwing against you and they can play the auxiliary lanes, then you're going to be in trouble eventually. So it's a really good setup that 30k has now. If you're falling behind, then those globals might be able to give you enough experience to slowly catch up in XP. But right now, Team Arthas is just simply suffering the issue that wherever they go, there's always the chance that Falstad is going to push out one of the side lanes and starts to threaten a keep. So they really need to make a play around the next objective. And before level 16 hits in an ideal world, they're going to have some trouble. Walls are taken down too. You want to, of course, eliminate vision as much as you can, so the opponent doesn't have any idea of where exactly you are, where the rotation is, that they don't have any minimap vision either, so that their all their moves out on the map are a bit more risky. Half a level to 16. It's a small window that Team Arthas has now. But they have one. 5 seconds for the next temple. And they are trying to set up a trap. They are desperately trying to get a kill somewhere. But the blue team is playing this very safe too. They have no reason to make a big play at this point. You can see Falstad pushing the top lane out. He's playing it safe as well. It's all about vision. And now that the red team is showing at the bottom, they're trying to bait with Cassia a little bit, as you can see here. And Maiev is moving out for just a second, saying like, hey, I'm here. Top side, Falstad goes up against Zeratul, and that could be a kill. Brightwing is moving in as well. There's the polymorph in just a moment, and they get the kill on Zeratul. Nicely done. Good kill, and now the keep is exposed at the bottom of the map. The fight continues too, but they're still able to move away. The Divine Shield had to be used as well. And here comes the Blessed Shield on Jojo. Big fights happening, but the keep falls in the meantime. These two are going to take that easy peasy. Dino with the boomerang takes the wave out within a second. And that's the first keep eliminated. The bot lane, they take Cassia down. They even win the fight down here. It's crazy. Ultralisk is still alive. Brightwing is jumping in to help out. And here they go once more, trying to lock in additional kills. Masquerade is alive. And Stalk is gonna fall. The Mighty Gust didn't hit anything, but it didn't have to. They kill Lucio, they kill Blaze, and they take down Uther. 11 kills to 3. GG, go next. That's pretty much all that you gotta do here, because this is more or less impossible to recover from. What a setup here. Fantastic plays from 30k, really playing to the strength of their composition and around the red team. And Team Arthas again, these guys are pretty good. We've seen a lot of their games just in the recent past where they were really able to excel, but now they're of course falling apart here. They still have heroes dead as the boss is getting attacked again by 30k. Bot lane, the keep is nearly destroyed, and they are desperately trying to close the gap in experience to at least get a level 16, and even that isn't happening. So they are looking fantastic right now. Bam! Here comes the boss. And now they can push through the bot lane once again. Cassia is at least attempting to get some of the shots at the top. Morenas is already retreating since he realizes that might become a problem. Blue team has decided that they're unlikely. Nope, they're actually moving down. For just a moment I was like, did they decide they can't go for keep here? Dino is 0 for 2 now with those gusts. He tried twice now to find a good angle to create a kill opportunity, and he missed both of them. To be fair, he got the kill in the first one because Uther moved a different path. Divine Shield on Zeratul to keep him alive. Boss goes through the keep. And here comes the Diva explosion. You gotta be careful. That's the kill against Zeratul. He died to the explosion, and now they're chasing the rest of them as well. Stalk is about to fall. Uther died too. And of course, this is going to be game. They're going to move straight in for the victory at the core in game number 1 on Sky Temple. Great series in the quarterfinals of the winner bracket. And the losing team is obviously not out of this tournament yet. We still have a loser's bracket, but this is only game number 1 of this Heroes of the Storm match, so things will continue. But a very solid victory here for 30k against Team Arthas on Sky Temple. The first game of the best of 3. Nicely done. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Shire, map number 2 in this Heroes of the Storm match between 30k and Team Arthas. Yeah, it was an incredible solid effort by 30k. We haven't seen them since the first Masters Clash qualifier, as I said, but at least against Team Arthas they looked really good. Now, obviously, Team Arthas is not really the strongest team that they're going to face in this tournament, but still, it's one of the top 8 teams for sure right now in Europe, and 30k made it look easy. They dominated the map with not only great team fighting and good coordination, but also playing their own composition, especially around the globals, to its potential. So, nicely done. Now that we're heading into Shire, a bit of a different style here, of course, too, because you have way more points that you need to take care of with the 2 shrines and the statue in the middle. The Bandit against Medivh, no shocker over here, and we also got Uther and Stukov both banned again. Now the Stukov ban is something that you see also because, not only because him as a support can do a lot of work, but because lately we've seen so many combinations with the Nubarak Stukov, variant Stukov, where teams are trying to get these kill combos off, and Stukov is an absolute integral part of this thing, which is why if you ban him out, it's a bit of a soft ban against that strategy. Now does it limit it or eliminate it completely? Not really. There's other options that you have instead of Stukov that you can put into the mix, but Stukov is probably the strongest with a particular playstyle, so making that work is one of those things. But again, either way, now we're looking at the next first pick, and first pick has been taken again by Team Arthas over here. And it is Brightwing that they're going for, so apparently they're looking for some global value in Shire. We also have the potential again to take Rexa, since the hero wasn't banned out. Oh, but we got an Abathar and D.Va first pick. Okay. I did not expect the early Abathar. D.Va doesn't really shock me, but an Abathar in such an early slot, that is definitely something that I didn't anticipate here. That's going to make an interesting ban for Team Arthas, because what are they going to get rid of? Dainu could play Tracer, he could play Zeratul. I mean, you can play shit tons of stuff with this one now. But if you go into a Tracer or a Zeratul, both of them are played by Dainu. Both of them are incredibly annoying on their own, and both of them are just absolutely devastating if you have an Abathar against you as well. So that top laner is going to have some problems on his hand. That is going to be difficult to deal with no matter what he picks. And again, he could pick something completely different, but those two are going to be a nuisance in and of themselves. Here comes the ban on Johanna, that also of course removes another stun on the front line. And now the big question for me, what is Team Arthas going to ban out? Once you see the Abathar, you got to really think, hey, do we ban one of the damage healers? Do we just ignore that and say no matter what they pick, it's going to be annoying, so we're focusing on the other elements that they're having in their draft? Ban out a support maybe, to just slow this down a little bit further? Time will tell, but I gotta say, that was quite the statement that they made with the first pick. And there's the Tracer ban, yeah. Tracer against Dino, which could very well lead to a Zeratul pick now. So, yeah, this is gonna become very interesting now. Now, the thing is, of course, if you pick a Zeratul here, then you're also limiting your a little bit more in terms of what else you can take, because you still need a support and you still need a main tank. So that would more or less eliminate your range damage. So, highly unlikely. But the Kharazim is already a nice adjustment, with Abathar definitely highly viable. And now we get a Nubarak as the engage tank. But as you can see, Dino hasn't made a choice yet. And if you go into a Zeratul, as you can tell from the combo, means you have no range damage. Not really what you're looking for, especially when your composition falls behind. You need some range that you can poke from a distance, but you still got options. And you also could play a more aggressive style. That's definitely another thing if you want to take a bit of a risk here. So we'll see how hard they go on the melee assassins. But either way, we got Mei and Greymane. And Greymane would have also been a very good pick on the blue team, since the Greymane copy has been a classic for a long time. Very, very strong if you run around with a double Greymane. But what is Dino going to look in for them now? They definitely have, as I said, options of what they could pick. Abathar is going to be a nuisance no matter what you play. Even just with Kharazim alone, it's already annoying as hell. So, last pick for 30k. The team in the lead here in Dragon Shire, and it is Orphea. Coffin Girl gets picked. No mention of Rexa, by the way, at all. No Rexa this time, neither banned nor picked. But with that, we're heading into game number 2, Team Arthas against 30k, everybody. Game number 2, Dragon Shire is the map as we are heading into the second game of this best of 3 Heroes of the Storm series. 30k on the left side in blue with X-Ray on Kharazim, Dino on Orphea, Ultralisk playing Abathar, we got Dequaza on D.Va, and Masquerade on Nubarak. Yep, Kharazim pretty much not a thing in Europe. In NA, it's been played quite a bit with Sylvanas, trying to go for mind control into 7-sided strike combo. In Europe, that pretty much doesn't exist. Kharazim doesn't get played unless it's with Abathar, well, very, 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 very rarely. On the right side of the map, we got Stalk on Hogga, Morenas on Greymane, Skilla on Brightwing, Bishops on Cassia, and Inado is playing Mei, the main tank, in the second game, so they gotta bring it back here. And let's see if they can pull that one off. We got Coffin Girl in, as already mentioned, a little bit of a trap, and that's a kill against Hogga. Full pork, the double kill is in. And yep, that's why you always should take it a little bit easy when you make that rotation, because there's a chance that you're running into a trap. And as you can see, that one hit pretty hard. Insta-kill against Hogga and the follow-up kill afterwards against Cassia. So 2 already eliminated early on. And as far as an Abathar composition goes, if you can get kills in the early game like this and a bit ahead, that's the dream. You oftentimes have the problem that you don't have the 5th hit point pool in your team fights. So oftentimes it is kind of advisable that you just move away from the big early game 5 versus 5, 5 versus 4 setups. But if you take a bit of a lead here, of course, thanks to that, then you can breathe a sigh of relief and say like, all right, we're actually looking good here. Especially with the lead in experience right now, they're just looking great. But anyways, we get on level 1 also the heat transfer now. We have at the bot lane, both of the Siege Giant camps are taken from respective teams. Kharazim is the one that's taking it together with Abathar on the left side. D.Va has already moved into the camp at the top left, and on the top right we're seeing a similar play from the red team as Team Arthas is trying to stabilize a bit here. On level 1, again, the Bones to Gnaw on the side of Hogger, and bot lane. That's where we are seeing Masquerade making sure that nobody is moving in at this point. And yeah, Denado might sniff this out, but I don't really think that they can make a play here. So Morenas knows what's happening. Right wing is ready, but they're taking it a little bit too late from the red team to really make a play. And of course, now it's time to reconvert that shrine. There's a bit of a play in the middle happening too, but they're trying to go for Denado down here at the bottom of the map. You got the Adrenal Overlord already in. It's going to be nice for Kharazim. And honestly, Kharazim with the Symbiote is pretty annoying. Like, when he starts chasing you and he just jumps after you, you are going to be in trouble. So, it's definitely something to pay attention to. Our top lane, quite a 1 versus 1. It's never really a 1 versus 1 when you got Abathar on the other side. The Slug just doesn't respect the solo lane at all. We got the Hoggers, Joggers over here already. And I don't know, I don't really know. Every single time I see that name, and I see the icon of the name, I think about like a solo runner somewhere on a lone road, and all of a sudden a rabid dog starting to chase him. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but Hoggers, Joggers, and then that icon. I mean, can you picture it? It's like early in the morning, sun is just coming out, and it's early dawn. You're running on a lonely road, and all of a sudden you just hear, and yeah, some wild dog is starting to chase after you. So, one of the reasons why I don't run, but I bike, yeah, because I'm faster than a dog like that. Quite easy. But anyway, level 7 is going to kick in, and, well, for now they're also trying to get the damage connected at the bottom. Of course, Dino with Coffin Girl is just slapping it out the entire time. Ooh, there's the polymorph. Can they get the kill? He gets out, and thanks to the shield, he makes it away without a problem. They even try to make the play for Denado here, but they can't quite get it. And at the top, the wall has already fallen. Dequaza is doing work. Look at him, taking the fountain down too. He's absolutely crushing it. This is actually really strong. Together with Abathar, he was able to take the entire wall and the fountain down. That means that lane sustain is gone. Absolutely gone at this point. So, yeah, good job. Now, the early level 7 has been negated. We got the level 7 now on both sides, but as closer we're getting to level 10, the more plays they can make, of course. So, good play so far. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. And there it is, the kill. Team Arthas. Oh, X-Ray has to dash back out on the minion wave, but that get nasty for a second. But it doesn't change the fact that at the top, Stork is really having a problem. To an extent where Brightwing is just now saying, alright, I have to help out here. They're trying to take the kill. They can't really. In an ideal world, the red team would of course attempt to get a Dragonite before the level 10 hits, but I don't really think that's going to happen anytime soon. Now in the middle, they're still holding position, and as soon as the top has been taken, they can try make a play for the DK. But here comes the rest of the blue team. Can they interrupt? The dive into the back, and the kill on Greymane. Nice! Good job. Well done. 3 kills to 1. Level 9 already locked in, and they're looking for another one, and they get it. Hogger is down. Very well played. Trying to make the play for Bishops now and for Denardo. And yeah, Abathar, the Slug, moved down to the bottom. Ultralus just saying like, alright, Borzal gonna take this one. Even has a bit of extra experience that he can leech because of it. And of course has to move away since May is now moving in, but he did all that he wanted to accomplish here. He slowed down any attempt of getting a Dragonite on the red team side, and now they get their level 10. Okay, so with that, let's see what else we're gonna get. There's the 7-sided strike and the ultimate evolution. Yeah, thank God for that. I still have nightmares of these Monty picks. 4 kills to 1, and the top fort is about to fall. Bam, there it is, first one down. And despite the fact that Team Arthas is locking in the level 10, they're currently fighting a bit of a losing battle. Slowly but steadily, they're losing ground on the map. We now have their level 10s. That gives us the ice wall again. 7-sided already used as Kharazim is getting an assist from Abathar over here. Zips out, dodges out on the wall. There's the engage, the stun attempt, but it doesn't work out. Masquerade can't connect. The level 10 not taken yet, Hogger, but he likes Shockwave. Stork likes the Shockwave. I mean, normally we're still seeing the Horapult, but Stork has been playing the Shockwave, a lot actually in recent games. And given that he's currently holding his level 10, I think there's a good chance that he's gonna lock it in again. And yep, there it is. Shockwave taken for Hogger, and yeah, we got the camp already attacked on the left side here. Whereas still in the middle, there's a play for the first Dragon Knight of the game. We're 6.5 minutes in, and we haven't seen a single DK yet. Masquerade hoping, of course, for the engage once again. The stacks are also slowly coming together for Cassia. She's sitting at 32 right now. Damage output, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what's been going on there so far. Hogger is sitting at 18. And, well, down here, the attack. There's the ult on Afia. They try to make the play for Dinado. Goes for the trade, but the 7-sided strike has also connected. And that's a kill. Mei is down. May she rest in peace. And now we got the play straight up for D.Va once again. Gets the bomb out and bam! Bomb kill against Cassia. And then a moment later, they're able to take Hogger down too. Yep. There we go. The plays are being made. Now Dragon Knight is up for grabs. They get the kills 7-1. And 30k is showcasing once again why they were able to qualify as the first team for the Masters Clash. Here at the Rive Cup, they are repeating the strong performance from the past and establishing themselves once again as one of the powerhouses in the European scene right now. The top lane gets attacked, the mid lane gets attacked. We got a talent lead for them. At the bottom of the map, there's another camp that they were just able to claim, and they're going to attack the bottom fort now too. Very great, good plays here from the team in blue. And Team Arthas, as I said, not a pushover team, but they are definitely not quite on the same level here. We're currently seeing 30k dictate every single play. They are the ones to call the fights. They are the ones to really establish a rhythm here. And it's very difficult for Team Arthas to break through it. The fort at the bottom about to fall. The one in the middle has already been destroyed. Abathar still controlling the experience on the lanes here. Quick look also at the XP gain in general. You can see that he is leading the charge thanks to his symbiote. And they're even pushing the bot lane to open up the wall. Don't think they are going to get much more than that, but even opening it a bit and preparing for later on in the game is great. Hogger needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, the Brightwing isolation is happening. Shockwave comes through, gets dodged completely. Well done. But they can't get Brightwing. Don't have the cooldowns ready. Need to move back here. Not a lot of mana left on some of those heroes either. Coffin Girl with the damage. Nice wall, but not good enough to set a kill up for them. Level 13 is still not ready for Team Arthas. They need the Lex talent before they're really taking a fight. And everybody is just falling back once again, playing it slow as the blue team starts to move in for the camps. Yeah, taking the siege giants here is taking a little bit of a risk though, because 13 is going to be ready in just another moment. So it's all about having your abilities back up, and the 7-sided will be ready in a few more seconds. Mana could be a problem for X-Ray, so he needs to be careful here. Level 13, they're making the 7-sided happen. Brightwing with a save. Coffin Girl comes in with some additional damage as they're trying to go for the kill against Hogger. Instead, D.Va is the one falling in the backline. Grayman is already low, but he's looking for another opportunity. Tries to go for Coffin Girl. Dodges out on the stun. Brightwing, on the other hand, the Fruit Fly exterminated as they came in for the kill. What a play again. What a fight. Seriously. Left, right, bottom, center. Everybody just jumping around with no hit points whatsoever, trying to get the kills in. Dainu, with the help of Abathar, is looking for another kill, but here comes Mei. Denado attempting to set it up, and the second cocoon in this fight is happening. They're looking for the kill. The Shockwave! Greymane committing Sudoku as he jumps in deep, and there's the triple kill. Team Sudoku at this point, as they are coming in for an opportunity to get the kill, and they're getting completely murdered in the process instead. Wow! The entire team pretty much committing honorable Subaru here at the bot lane. Top lane, still the pressure. At the bottom, a very similar situation. And oh boy, that's 12 kills to 1 now. And a lot of momentum, of course, for 30k, as they're jumping in with even more beetles being spawned to get the damage connected on the keep. They won't be able to take the entire thing down, but even dropping it to 50% is all they need to do. Of course, they picked up the Dragon Knight in the mid lane at the same time, and now they can finally put the finishing touches onto the bottom of the map. Here we go. They're starting to make the plays, and let's make it happen here. The bot lane pressure is going to destroy the keep for sure. The only question that remains is how much further can they go. They have a 3-level lead. The stats advantage alone is crazy at this point, and of course they have the extra talent. We even get 4 Masquerade, the Beetlejuiced over here, on level 16. So they're trying to make the play for the core now. They want this 2-0. They want it as quickly as they can. The wall gets dodged. Can they get the kill against May? Denardo is trying to make it out. 7-sided is being used. The Avatar copy dishing out the pain. But it's Orphea and Nubarak that both go down. And they might not have the damage. They're trying to go for the Dragonite. The core is already at 40%. Goes down to 30. They're trying to finish it. 20%. Diva, can she take it? And the answer is no. 13% on the core. And they are moving back out here. 13%, and now with those 4 kills, the big question, what can Team Arthas do? And honestly, I don't think a lot. They got camps on the map that they can take now, but what exactly are they going to do from here on out? 70 stacks for Cassia. They're trying to take camps. They're trying to control the map. They're trying to get experience, maybe close the gap enough so that they get a level 20 fight together with their opponent. But with only 13% left on their own core, any backdoor attempt at this point would end the game. 30k, despite being wiped at the core, is now in a great position to put even more pressure in. Especially Abathur, of course, can just push the bot lane whenever they're focusing on the top lane instead. Here's the play, at least for the Siege Giants, but they're going straight into the team fight once again. Hogger, pogging it out. Can they get another kill? They want to go for Masquerade, and he's low! And there it is! The Nubarak gets absolutely murdered. They're kicking the beetle across the map here. The Ragdoll getting crushed, and they're looking for a follow-up. The copy down on Ultralis, easy peasy, just obliterated within seconds. 12 kills to 6, and now they're moving straight down for the bottom. Momentum in the hands of Team Arthas, and they're carrying that momentum train. With the typical Russian aggression, they're coming in again, taking their first fort, and they want more. Any structure they can take down at the bottom of the map is going to relieve some of the pressure that bot lane is feeling. There is still a catapult advantage for the blue team, but if they can take the keep down, that would be negated. And they are hoping to do exactly that, but it's going to get dicey because Nubarak will be back in another 6 seconds, so they got to be careful here. They're starting to move in for it, and let's see what they can do here. Of course, by now, since we have the level 16 talents and the full-on symbiote setup, this is looking really, really good for them right now. Especially Karazim can do so much more. Now that we also have the Envenomed Spines for the slow, this is just great for them. Got the extra slow in, that helps for the chase. As more the map opens up, the better, especially of course with Karazim able to cross any distance right now. In a great spot for this. As you can tell, we also have 82 stacks now claimed on Cassia. And with that, that is a really, really good setup for them. 12 kills to 6, let's see how the damage is established. 48,000 for Cassia, 59,000 for Orphea. Dino has taken over top damage. And Abathur is now pushing the top lane. Together with the camp that they took just a second earlier, they're looking absolutely great here. So, let's see what we can do at this point. Yeah, down goes the top keep. That's great. In the middle of the map, they're pushing this out too. And they're hoping, of course, to finish the game just with Abathur pushing the top. And that's the big problem that we have for Team Arthas. They need to protect too many points right now. And now that Diva and Karazim are moving in, they can go for another copy. And they do. They want to finish the core off. It's checkmate. Team Arthas is going to lose right here. But still, solid effort of the red team to bring it back. But it's a 2-0 victory in the Heroes of the Storm series for 30k. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.